But the letters give you status. It's just like in the corporate world. You got your CEO, your CFO, your C3PO. Now me, I ain't got no letters. Unless you count SOB. State of New York gave me a number once. But coming to a conference like this is one of the best ways to learn things. And I took some notes while I was here, so I would like to give you some of my takeaways at this time. Don't get ahead of me. Now, first of all, I just want to say how nice everybody has been to me since I've been here. I mean, the Canadians are just wonderful people. You know, I almost moved to Canada. It was during the Vietnam War. I could count on one hand the number of times I heard people go, "A." But see, in Brooklyn, that's nothing. We go A. We don't go A. We go A. It's the same thing. And we have two vowels in Brooklyn. We got A and O. So that's the only vowels we got in Brooklyn. And he talks in one of these letters he wrote about synergy. Now, synergy sort of flies in the face of physics because it tells you that something can actually be bigger than the sum of its parts. But think about it. You got 350 speakers in the room. You add them all up, what do you got? 350 speakers. But if you take 350 members of CAPS, what do you got? Something that's a lot bigger than the sum of its parts. Whoa, that almost sounded like content. Oh. Sorry about that. Mark says the world needs to hear what you have to say. I'm going to remember that and use that next time my wife tells me, "Shut up, you want the whole world to hear you?" Then he asks everybody, what are the words that stop you in your tracks? I've got a headache, usually does it for me. I can wait. Okay. Mark talked about strategic planning sessions with himself. Now, some people had some fun with that. You know, I used to have planning sessions with myself all the time, and then my mother told me I could go blind. It's more fun with a group anyway. Tony Newman was on the next morning, and I'm still reeling from that. Was that incredible, that session she did? Whoa. She compared speakers to laundry detergent. And my wife would say she's being kind because my wife compares speakers to vacuum cleaners. She says they'll suck all the air out of a room. Here you go. Now, my wife and I are hosting this year's holiday party for our chapter in Georgia, and she's come up with her theme for the party. It's "Shut Up and Dance." She's met my friends, you know. Tony's main point was the why not factor. And see, I could relate to that because I was a why not person myself. Growing up, I too wanted to be an attorney. I used to watch the Perry Mason show and act out all the parts, and I went to my father one day and I said, "Dad, I'm going to be an attorney." And he said, "Vincent, you're stupid. You'll never be an attorney." And I said, "What?" Tony had that little thing. You guys, you forgot already. "Why not?" I said. When I regained consciousness, I was thinking plumber, you know. Randy Gage came on and he told this incredible story about the world's greatest tree chopper, and I didn't realize that wasn't a real story. Somebody had to tell me afterwards. I was moved to tears. So I said, wait a minute, if this isn't his story, that means I could probably use it. So I went online and I now own www.theworldsgreatesttreechopper.com. Randy said you have to be real and authentic. And that scared me a little bit because the problem is I can't get too authentic. The terms of my probation won't allow me. And we skip over here to, Michael Kerr. Oh, he was hilarious, right? And although he was the funniest speaker on the stage, he made the most sense to me. Because he said, grow your sense of humor and have more fun. Michael was talking about the intentionally funny things. He was a park ranger, and people would ask him about how high a moose had to go before it became an elk and things like that. I used to work on a cruise ship. Tony was at Club Med. I was on cruise ships probably about the same time. And they'd ask you really stupid questions, like, is this island surrounded by water? Now, is the water rough in the pool because you're using seawater? I guess I really don't have to say anything about that frickin' fire alarm last night. See, I don't know why I can't just go off. You know, the thing goes off, it's really loud, and it's really sweet. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? You get my attention with the bell! And then it went on and on. And I called the front desk and got right through. It's like you Canadians are too frickin' polite to call up and complain. Everybody, oh. What's that? I called up, I should write them a note or something, I don't know. But I'm thinking, why don't they just let us know when it's serious? Don't keep it going until it is serious, just tell us. And then after a while, we start tuning that out. Like if an alarm goes off, like, ladies and gentlemen, we have a tornado has touched down in Calgary. Well, wake me up when it's in Ottawa. And he talked about hydration. It's very important for the voice to be hydrated. And I heard a speaker talking that hydration actually takes 3 hours on the cellular level in order to be hydrated. So drinking water right before you go on stage doesn't help. That's why I take a shot of scotch before I go on. Because although hydration takes 3 hours, intoxication takes 3 minutes. Patricia Katz, she talked about this press pause and think again. Well, you know, I usually am totally averse again to that. When she says thinking, it took me a while to even catch up with it because as soon as she said think, I paused and then I was... And how would you like to be some of the people standing out in the hall when she was doing that interactive activity with us? Pump, pump, pump. Don't stop, pump, pump. It got people in the room. Okay. Her main point was, we work too hard, we do too much, we do things too fast, it's okay to stop, we need to pause. She's saying, pause, you know, pausing is not my problem. Getting booked is my problem. She talked about the 2 kids who were so excited they were flying high before they get on the plane. I can relate to that. I always fly high. Really do. Of course, Patricia invited everybody to her house and her husband's going to cook us dinner or something like that, and we're going to walk around. And did you see that rock she was sitting on? Did you notice it? It was a very pointy rock. How do you relax with a rock like that up your butt? I am sorry. When you go back to your rooms, look at the card she gave you. There it is. She's sitting on that rock. Maybe she's stuck on that rock. I don't know. Mike Rayburn came on. What can you say about Mike Rayburn? My God. That guy's incredible, right? And Mike asked, the main thing I got out of that, you know, he says, what would it take for you to be the best? And I'm thinking an alternative universe. But I did start thinking about what if? I say, what if he did all these songs? What if Inspector Clouseau was the lead in Taxi Driver? What if? You talking to me? I don't see anyone else around, so you must be talking to me. That's a what if. Okay. And Colleen's theme was great. It Grow. I love the thing with the marijuana leaf, and then she says, bring your own bag. I'm there.